Hey everybody, welcome back to theclinicaltrialsguru.com. Again, it's theclinicaltrialsguru.com. Thank you for sending your questions. They're good. First of all, if you're watching this on YouTube, thank you. Make sure you subscribe. If you're watching on the blog, thank you. Make sure you subscribe there. Two quick benefits. There are benefits to being subscribers to both. If you're subscribed to YouTube, you get my videos as soon as they're uploaded, which is like literally minutes after I push stop record or Rami pushes stop record when he's recording me. They go up on YouTube right away. On my actual blog, it might take a while because we've created so much content that we're already well into September, like mid-September, for our future blog post, and it's only July 15th right now. So we're like a month and a half ahead of schedule with our content because I've been creating so many videos. So for timely things, you want to make sure that you subscribe to YouTube because sometimes I talk about topics that are important for that particular period in time, and that might change in a month or a month and a half or 2 months. Usually they don't, but sometimes they do. So you want to subscribe to YouTube. You want to subscribe to the blog because I do giveaways. I have cool contests. I make announcements there, different things like that. Plus, it's another way for me to keep in touch with you. So yeah, subscribe to the blog also and join my email list. It is absolutely free. So today's question comes from someone who wants to start a research clinic, and they're just curious about the typical pain points. So they're trying to be proactive and solve the problems before they actually occur. So they want to know what a typical pain points are for a research clinic. And I don't prepare for any of these videos, so I may come up with something later that I'll include or I'll make another video about. But just going off the cuff here, I would say the first major pain point for research clinics would be negotiating the contracts and budgets. So if you don't know what you're doing, if you're a new site, you don't really know how to analyze or assess whether a budget is fair and reasonable for the work you're doing. You have to actually take the protocol and take the schedule of assessments in the protocol. Every protocol has it, so it tells you at every visit, every single assessment that occurs. You have to line that up with your budget, all right, like superimpose it on the budget, all right, like that. Not literally, but you have to like look at every line item on the budget and then look at the schedule of assessments for every single assessment and figure out. And if you don't know, ask somebody who does. Ask your PI. Ask a doctor. Hey, how long does a PANS take? Or how long does a CSSRS take? Or how long does a spirometry test take? And correlate that to what's on the budget. If that price that they're going to pay you to do that procedure does not correspond well or is not fair and reasonable in your opinion, in your PI's opinion, to what work that's actually needs to get done for that assessment or to the time that is actually going to be required to complete that assessment, you need to renegotiate. And you need to renegotiate everything anyways. Just get in the habit. Start negotiating your budgets for sport. We need to make a change in this industry where we all negotiate better budgets. So luckily, if you're brand new and you don't know what you're doing, you have companies like mine that help you. So we help sites negotiate budgets all the time. We help you get studies. We do traditional consulting. Anything you can think of, we do it. Helping you find PIs, helping you structure your business, literally anything you can think of. Patient recruitment. So just email me, dan@theclinicaltrialsguru.com, or call 949-415-6256. Let's see, another pain point. So after the contract and budget, I would say, the site would get initiated, so you'll have the SIV. So another pain point prior to the SIV would be certifications for all staff members for all assessments. And some of these certifications can be long and tedious, and but they still need to get done. Like for example, EDC certification needs to get done by everyone who's going to be entering data, including the PI, who's usually just going to sign off on the EDC. And these are long trainings, right? Sometimes they're like an hour, sometimes they're 2 hours. They're not always intuitive. You need to remember a password for this study and then another vendor and another password for this study. Also, another pain point So that's one pain point, is getting certified for every single procedure. Like let's say in an asthma study, you need to get the people who are doing the spirometry testing certified and have access to that system. You need people to get access to the IVRS or the IWRS to be able to screen or randomize a subject. You need to get other people certified and get passwords and login credentials to be able to assign and dispense study medication. So again, when you look at the schedule of assessments, you're going to have to look at who's going to be doing that, and then what's the process for getting certified or qualified, and then how many people do you need certified for that assessment. To add another complication to this mix is when you have blinded studies, so you have certain staff members who can't do certain things and other staff members who can, and it's a nightmare, but a lot of studies are like that. So again, you need to have like trainings for these people on these assessments, trainings for these people. All these trainings are on different platforms, different vendor websites. They all have different passwords. I mean, we've done like an informal study at one of my sites on how many passwords are required for just doing one protocol for one coordinator, and it was 15 different login credentials needed for one coordinator. And these login credentials have to change. The passwords have to change every 3 months. So it can get really annoying. That's a pain point. I would like to see that all consolidated and have just one platform where at least some of these things get consolidated, right? Like ECG is another example. You need to get certified on how to use the ECG machine and how to send a sample ECG test through fax, right? So there's all kinds of pain points here prior to SIV. Once the study starts, so after site initiation visit, you're going to have a whole lot of other pain points as well. After the SIV would be just regular monitoring visits, how to keep up with the monitoring visits. A lot of sites are moving to remote monitoring, and that presents a whole new set of problems. That's where companies like my sponsor, Intralinks VIA, come in, because they provide virtual workspaces that gives the monitors access to certain folders for those particular protocols that they're monitoring. So if they're monitoring one study, they only get access to that particular study and not everything else. So you can control those things yourself. So I talked about creating the source docs, the budgets, the monitoring. I mean, that's a lot of pain points already, and we haven't even gotten into recruiting the study participants, which is the biggest obstacle in all of research. I think 80% of studies are behind schedule because of poor recruitment and poor enrollment. So recruitment is just like a whole nother video in and of itself, but that's a pain point. Probably too many to put in one video, but I think that's a good amount for this video. And I gotta jump on a call soon. So thank you guys for watching. Keep your questions coming. Dan at theclinicaltrialsguru.com. Take care.